and today I want to talk about Borderlands 4. Borderlands 4 is another $80 game. I'm gonna give you my thoughts and opinions on that because we see what's going on with Doom: The Dark Ages right now, and this may be going the same way that Borderlands is going. So hopefully that's not the case, but the way that this industry is going, I would not be surprised. So today is Thursday. Hopefully everybody having a good day. Hopefully everything is going well. If you see anything different on this video, I am doing this video from my tablet. My phone is out of commission. I will be getting another one in the next coming days. So that's why this video may look a little different. But yeah, I'm on my tablet today, but it's all good. Also, I want to thank everybody who's been supporting the channel thus far. We're still moving slowly but surely up the ladder of making a pretty solid sized channel. And I really appreciate you guys. And I will be going live this weekend, so hopefully you guys will check out the lives as well. We got a lot of stuff to talk about this weekend. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. Borderlands 4 is getting an $80 price tag, and Randy Pitchfork, I don't know his name, Pitchford or Pitchfork, I don't care what his name is, honestly. I know it's Randy, and he said that people should find a way to come up with $80 to buy this game, and they feel like that this game is worth it. Also, what they don't tell you is that, well, I guess they do tell you somewhere down the line, and I think it's in an article that I read. I'll put the link down in the description, where the budget of this game is twice of Borderlands 3, almost twice of Borderlands 3. So you kind of see where this is going. $80 game, twice the budget. They're trying to recoup that money back from the $80 game. Now, with the twice the budget of the game, does this mean we won't get twice the content? That's the thing. These games that are more than the $60 price tag, they're usually you're usually gonna get more content. Usually, like in a premium edition or a deluxe edition or whatever the case may be. But paying $80 for a regular game, that's something that you really have to think about. And people are trying to they're kind of seeing that with Doom: The Dark Ages. Doom is a very good game, and even at $70, it's not selling the way they hope. And there's a lot of games that are $60 that is not, they're not selling the way they hope they will sell either. So there's an issue going on with these price tags of games. And I honestly, I think Borderlands 4 is they're gonna fall through that same fate. I just don't think that this game is gonna sell like Borderlands 3 did. Definitely a lot like Borderlands 1 and 2 did. And it's just going to be unfortunate because at the end of the day, this is what we're looking at now. The price of these games are going high because the budgets are higher. And for the most part, we're not getting much in return when it comes to actual content or gameplay. Most of the stuff is pretty much the same as usual. I know they got different, slightly different mechanics in Doom: The Dark Ages, but you can make the case that the game is very similar to Doom 2016 or even Doom Eternal when it comes to the actual content and gameplay. And that's just the biggest issue of this all. Yeah, I kind of feel like the gameplay for most of these games are going to be like the same, but the content should be more rich and full if you're going to pay a bigger price for these titles. And I just think that Borderlands 4 is just going to be another game that's not going to meet expectations. You got to understand, a lot of these games didn't meet expectations at the $60 price tag. A lot of these games just didn't, they didn't make the cut when they were actually, at a reasonable price, under 60. So now you're looking at a situation where, well, hey, to fix a problem, like a lot of people do in a lot of instances, throw more money at it. So they throw more money at these games and they raise the price on a lot of these games to recoup that money. And, I can't think of a game that really picked up where they what they put down. Like I said in earlier videos, the Maddens, the 2Ks, Grand Theft Autos, and the Call of Duties, they're going to make their money. But you know how they make their money? They make a lot of their money off microtransactions. Madden Ultimate Team, my team, my player, all these loot box packs or these extra content packs that Call of Duty in them, and they sell. They make the money off of that. They don't necessarily make the game. They don't make the money necessarily off of just the copies of sales alone. And a game like Borderlands 4 is probably gonna be one of those games that need to sell based on the copies of titles sold. That's just like what Doom is going through. Doom doesn't have like a multiplayer, so they don't have anything out there to say, hey, we're going to sit here and give you a you know, we're gonna give you a game and here's some online stuff. No, they don't have that. And I'm not sure Borderlands may have that. Maybe it'll be enough to recoup the money on top of the $80 price tag. But I just don't see it. Also, I will say this: there's not too many gamers on PC. There's not too many gamers on PC that will pay $70, $80 for a game. This is why Doom once again is not really doing that well on Steam. PC gamers don't pay a lot for their games. They just don't. They just don't. Now what PC gamers will do, they will gladly buy the game for a reasonable price and buy microtransactions. That's one thing I know PC gamers they will do. They will buy add-on content. They will mod the game. They will do this, that, and the third to have a great experience. But out the gate, you're not going to get that many sales at what you call it at a $70 price. I mean, look, a lot of PC games don't even buy games at $60. They wait for sales. They wait to go to CD keys. They go to G2A. Believe it or not, they still do that. They go to GOG. They go to Green Man Gaming. They go to all these places where they can get discounts. And discounts on PC happens a lot because the industry knows that that's where they make most of their money off of these discounted prices. So I don't know what Borderlands is going to do when it comes to the PC side of things, but see $79.99 on a price tag on Steam. Is this game coming to Steam? I think it is. That price tag on Steam, people are going to bypass it. They're already bypassing the Doom game, and to be honest, Doom and Borderlands kind of like they're kind of similar. It's the way they go around shooting and looting for stuff. So you kind of got a prequel of what you may see with this Borderlands game in Doom, the Dark Ages. So I wouldn't be surprised if this game gets maybe 30,000, 40,000 users on Steam. Game Pass, if it's on Game Pass, it'll do pretty well because it's Game Pass. And PlayStation, will it sell for $80 on PlayStation? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's going to sell for $80 on Switch. I don't on the Switch too. I don't see that happening at all. And it's supposed to come out later. It's not supposed to come out at the same time as the other games. So I do believe that Switch 2 will come out later at a cheaper price. Speaking of cheaper prices as well, when you look at what's the other 2K game that's coming out, the Mafia game, the Old Country, that game is 50. So they kind of know what they kind of know that they can't pull this $80 thing off like for every game. This is like I said, just because certain games will be $80, that doesn't mean every game is going to be selling for $80. Some of these games are just not going to be at that price point and they're not going to sell. So maybe at $50, they'll probably be able to get away with it. I mean, Expedition 33, Oblivion, those $50 games are doing well. So I guess 2K or they're trying to do the same thing with that as far as the Mafia game. But at the end of the day, this $80 price tag thing, you're really going to see how well it works. Like I said, Madden could get away with it. 2K basketball could get away with it. Call of Duty, GTA, maybe even Battlefield. If Battlefield do the right thing this go round, they can get away with it. But your run-of-the-mill game like a Borderlands, this is one of those AAA games that I was talking about that's not going to be able to sustain, a $80 price tag and live. It'll go on sale probably by the end of the year or when the holiday, season really kicks off, or probably around tax time. You'll probably see that game drop down to maybe $50 or $40. It's just not sustainable. But let me know what y'all think. I'm gonna get up out of here. Like I said, man, the phone situation is not what it is. So you may see a little bit of difference in quality when it comes to my tablet. But hey, it is what it is. My phone should be back in my hands within the next day or two, and I'll be back to making content the way I want to, as far as using the phone instead of the tablet, because I can see that the quality is not the best. But hopefully you guys still enjoyed this. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe. I am going to be going live later on this week, probably around the weekend, more likely. I usually do. So we'll talk then. All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy. I'm out. Peace.